Picture it's the end of June. You're tallying up the extra cash you made driving Uber on weekends, renting your spare room on Airbnb, or knocking over a few Airtasker jobs. And a quiet thought crosses your mind. Do I really have to declare all this? Here's the thing most people don't realize. The ATO already has it. Uber, Airbnb, and Airtasker report your earnings straight to the ATO, sitting in their system before you even open your return. If nobody ever told you these platforms report your income, that's not a failure on your part. Most people genuinely aren't told it works this way until it's too late. There are 3 things hidden inside side hustle income that catch good, careful people out. The gig economy in Australia is worth $15.1 billion a year. Treasury, ABC News 2019, and the ATO is watching it closely. So today I'll walk you through 3 simple things. Check what the ATO already sees, sort out your ABN and GST, and run your Airbnb numbers. Here's the figure that should make you sit up. $15.1 billion, Treasury, ABC News 2019, flows through platforms like Uber, Airbnb, and Airtasker every year, and Treasury named this sector specifically for underreported income. But here's the part most people miss. The platforms don't just report what lands in your bank account. They report your full gross earnings before any fees come out, and that gap is exactly where the trouble starts. Let me show you. So here's your plan, and it's genuinely simple. 3 moves. First, you'll check exactly what the ATO already knows about you. Second, you'll fix your ABN and GST status. Third, you'll run your Airbnb capital gains numbers. Each one takes under 20 minutes, and every single one is free. No software, no agent fees, just you and a few official websites. Move 1 of understanding this is something called the Taxable Payments Reporting System. If you drive rideshare or host short-term accommodation, Uber, Airbnb, those platforms have reported you to the ATO since the 1st of July 2022, HLB Man Jud 2023. If you task or deliver through Airtasker, that's been reporting since the 1st of July 2023. Every year by the 28th of August, they lodge a report with your details on it, so the data isn't theoretical, or it's already filed. And what they report is remarkably detailed. Not just your net deposits, your total gross payments, the GST on those payments, the fees and commissions withheld, and for accommodation, even your property address and booking periods. RDL Accountants 2023. The ATO receives 20 to 30,000 account records a year, matching 10 to 20,000 of them to individual taxpayers. RDL Accountants 2023. So if you've been hoping a blank box on your return quietly slides by, that box doesn't hide anything anymore. Now, here's the second thing, and this one catches even careful people out. Each platform plays by different rules. If you drive for Uber, you need to register for GST from your very first dollar of fares, ATO. Yahoo Finance 2024. If you only use Airtasker, you don't register until your combined turnover passes $75,000, Yahoo Finance 2024. And Airbnb income can quietly chip away at the capital gains exemption on your own home. Same person, 3 different rulebooks, and that's where the mistakes happen. Let me make this real for you. Say you earn $10,000 from these platforms in a year and leave it off your return at a marginal rate of 34.5%, including the Medicare levy. That's about $3,450 in tax, ATO rates. If the ATO decides it was intentional, the penalty can be 75% of the shortfall, ATO penalty guidelines, pushing the total to around $6,000. That's more than 60% of the income gone, and here's where it gets genuinely important. The belief that does the real damage is this one. They'll never notice a few small side gigs. It feels like harmless cash in hand, and if you've thought that, you're in good company because almost everyone does. But the reality is the ATO already has it, reported directly by Uber, Airbnb, and Airtasker, HLB Man Jud 2023. The good news, declaring it yourself before they ask, is the difference between a normal tax bill and a penalty of up to 75%. You're firmly in control of which one happens. So let's stack the 2 costs on that $10,000 of undeclared income so you can see them side by side. The tax itself is about $3,450 ATO rates. The intentional disregard penalty on top is about $2,587 ATO penalty guidelines. Together, roughly $6,000, and that still ignores the general interest charge that keeps ticking the longer it goes unpaid. Now, let me show you what this looks like for someone real. Meet Jess. She's 34, a full-time marketing coordinator on $80,000 a year, taxed through PAYG just like you might be. On the side, she drives Uber on weekends, rents her spare room on Airbnb, and picks up the odd Airtasker job, about $30,000 a year extra. She's done it for 3 years and plans to keep going for another 10. She's never registered an ABN, never registered for GST, and never declared a cent of it. Not out of dishonesty, but because nobody told her she had to. Here's what she found. Discovery 1. Jess logs into MyGov and finds roughly $27,000 a year of sharing economy income already sitting in the ATO's pre-fill HLB Man Judd RDL Accountants 2023. Uber and Airbnb had reported her full gross payments, $18,000 from driving, $9,000 from her room, including the fees that were withheld. She told herself nobody would notice a few side gigs. They saw 100% of it. If that's a gut punch, hold on, because the next 2 discoveries are where it really compounds. Discovery 2 cuts deeper. As a rideshare driver, Jess should have had an ABN and registered for GST from her very first fare. ATO, Yahoo Finance 2024. On $18,000 of Uber fares, the GST component is about $1,636 a year. Over 3 years, that's a shortfall of around $4,900. She'd assumed the $75,000 threshold protected her. And for most side hustles it would have. But for rideshare specifically, it never did. And now I want to be completely upfront with you, because this third discovery is the one most guides skip. Jess's apartment cost $700,000 and could be worth $1 million in a decade. A $300,000 gain she assumed was entirely tax-free, as your home usually is. But renting 20% of the floor area on Airbnb makes part of that gain taxable, H&R block. For 3 years so far, that's about $7,000 of capital gains tax, and if she rents for the full 10 years, closer to $23,400 at sale, H&R block. This is the catch nobody mentions until settlement. Add it all up across Jess's 10-year window and you're looking at roughly $199,000 of potential exposure, author's estimate from Brief Figures. Income tax and penalty near $155,000, GST and penalty around $20,000, capital gains tax at sale about $23,000. That's before any general interest charge, and all of it traces back to 2 simple things she didn't know: that the ATO already had the data and that each platform plays by its own rules. Now let's make sure none of this happens to you. So, could any of this be you? 3 quick signs. 1. You've earned from Uber, Airbnb, or Airtasker and haven't declared it. 2. You don't have an ABN or GST registration, but you drive for fares. 3. You've never checked whether Airbnb is quietly eating into your home's capital gains exemption. If any of those ring true, don't panic. The next 3 moves are exactly what you need, and they're all doable today. So where does all of this leave you? You don't need to overhaul your whole financial life. You just need a few specific practical steps you can start today. 3 moves. Let's do them together. Move 1. Check what the ATO already knows. Log into MyGov and link the ATO if you haven't already. Open the pre-fill report for the latest year and look for entries marked ride sourcing, accommodation, or sharing economy. Compare them line by line against your own records. And remember, the figure shown is your gross before the platform took its cut. Just a quick note, this is general information, not personal tax advice for your situation. Here are 3 quick steps to do that. First, sign into MyGov and link the ATO. Second, go to tax, then lodgements, then income tax, and open prepare or the pre-fill report. Third, match every platform entry against your own records. What good looks like. Your declared gross income meets or exceeds what the ATO already has on file. If it does, you're in the clear on this one. Move 2. Fix your ABN and GST status. If you do any ride sourcing, Uber, Ola, Didi, you legally need an ABN and GST registration from your first dollar of fares, ATO, Yahoo Finance 2024. If you only use Airtasker and similar, you register once your combined turnover passes $75,000. To sort it, apply through the Australian Business Register, add GST in ATO online, then lodge your BAS. It sounds bureaucratic, but each step is genuinely a few minutes online. 3 steps here. First, apply for an ABN listing your activity. For example, ride sourcing driver. Second, in ATO online, go to business, then registration, and add GST with your start date. Third, lodge BAS regularly. Remit GST on your gross fares and claim input tax credits on your expenses. What good looks like. Rideshare registered no matter your turnover, and everything else only once you hit 75,000. Move 3. Run your Airbnb capital gains numbers before you keep renting. Renting part of your main residence can cost you the CGT exemption on that slice of your home, H&R block. Measure the percentage of floor area you rent and the period it's been rented against your total ownership time. Feed those into the ATO's CGT guidance to size your future bill. Honestly, it's far better to know this now than to get the surprise at settlement years down the track. 3 steps to size it. First, measure the percentage of floor area you rent on Airbnb. Second, work out the rented period as a share of your total ownership period. Third, multiply that combined share by your expected gain to estimate the capital gains tax. What good looks like. You know your future CGT exposure before you decide whether to keep renting, so it's a choice, not a shock. You might be wondering why this matters right now. It's because the reporting net is already fully closed. Back in 2019, Treasury flagged the gig economy as a target for hidden income. ABC News 2019. From the 1st of July 2022, Uber, Rideshare, and Airbnb started reporting to the ATO, HLB Man Judd 2023. And from the 1st of July 2023, Airtasker and food delivery platforms joined them. Every major platform now reports, so the data on you is already in the system. The only question left is whether yours matches. Once you've acted, here's how to confirm you've got it right. 3 things to verify. You should see your platform income matching the ATO's pre-fill data, confirm your ABN, and, if you need it, your GST registration show as active in ATO online. And if you rent on Airbnb, make sure you've recorded your floor area and rental dates for when you eventually sell. If anything's unclear for your situation, a registered tax agent can settle it quickly. Everything I've shared today comes straight from the ATO, Treasury, and tax firm guidance from HLB Man Judd, RDL Accountants, and H&R Block. All the links are below if you want to read further. And remember, this is general information, not personal tax advice for your circumstances. If you've made it this far, you now know something most side hustlers don't. That the ATO already has your income and exactly which 3 moves get you ahead of it. The very next step is to log into MyGov and check your pre-fill. You can do it in about 10 minutes tonight, and once your income is declared properly, the natural next question is which deductions can legally cut that bill, which is exactly what we cover next. Here's the real takeaway. Declaring your side hustle income isn't the scary part. Not declaring it is. You've now got everything you need to get ahead of it. So go check your ATO pre-fill this week, sort your ABN if you drive, and run your Airbnb numbers before tax time. If this saved you from a nasty surprise, that's exactly why I make these. I'm Sophie. I'll see you in the next one.